Welcome back to reading 2 of my book, A Bar by the Beach. I'm the author, Robbie Robertson. Welcome to our reading. The vortex. Vortices exist in this world. Eddies of different strengths, frequencies, energies, and destinations. One such vortex appeared, if perhaps only for a time, in a beach bar in central Pattaya, Thailand. 3 of us found ourselves pulled in, inexplicably and inevitably. It is true that where some eddies are there to pull you in, chew you up, and deposit your remains about the riverbed, others act as safe harbor in rough water, be they physical, interdimensional, or metaphysical. The Swede was first in, of course. He was fearless, and he had trajectory. As one does when they decide the end is close and their choices dwindle. He, the engineer, uncapping the bottle and pulling hard on it instead of the dead man's switch. The tracks underneath him quickly coming to an abrupt end ahead. The Swede was lanky, gangly, clad in Magnum PI-style shorts way too small for his frame, punctuated with politically provocative shower shoes, in his case, Donald Trump shoes. Pasty white, even by Swedish standards, a strawberry beard, trimmed with a Brillo pad, a mange hanging from a mouth bursting outward with multicolored teeth, every one pointed in a direction of its own choosing. Socialized dentistry that would make even a Frenchman cringe. Naturally kind, disarming, without the guile or the need to be anything but absolutely honest. He vomits personal emotion onto the pages of the night, alternatively from tears to laughter and back, giving everyone around him permission and insistence to spill their own personal beans freely. You'd never feel reprisal for anything said. The Brit, an academic and a romantic, barrel-chested, tall, and rough-hewn. A grayed, ever-present gossamer of 5 o'clock shadow on an aged but handsome face. A true believer. Contradiction. Conflict without conflict. Paradox. The only person I've ever met who might convince me of the validity of almost anything that I would eschew on any other day, including even jazz. In my case, and in my own self-observation over the years, it is as it has ever been. I am the bridge between, the fulcrum, the middleman, simultaneously conduit and lightning rod, that instrument through which social electricity flows, the grease in the wheel. There aren't many people in the world who play this role the way that I do. The 3 of us worked. We interacted in a way that made it clear that even though we could easily, any of us, be alone with one of the others, all 3 were needed to fully engage. All of us together were magic, a singularity, a 3-piece jigsaw puzzle. Pontus was a nihilistic anarchist, pretend, neo-Nazi, hot mess. His intelligence was unmistakable and of the street, of the dirtier shaded bits of the planet. He was rough and he was ready. Oliver was more polished, academic. Someone you might catch sitting behind a Steinway or, alternately, giving a lecture to 6th formers. Most certainly in tweed or corduroy, definitely with elbow patches. Lee erupted in poetry. Lee erupted in sudden song. Lee loved jazz. Both were kind, both were good men. And here I am, stuck in the middle with you. I think I was their connection to each other. The chemical component that bridged their conversational interpersonal synapses. I, both rough and red, polished and tarnished. Many times a broken person. Probably owned some tweeds somewhere, but not loud within 100 yards of a school. That's a joke. Through me, they could understand and appreciate each other in a more complete way, love each other more fully. As for this place, our place, nothing Western matters here. Nothing shocks, nothing surprises, little offends. Life for the locals occurs so close to the baseline that beyond energies used fighting for daily needs, there's no room for emotion. of any kind. Hollywood endings, or beginnings, or middles, are not a thing. Love, romantic love anyway, has no purpose, and it's replaced instead with pragmatism and an expectation of support. A day-by-day, dollar-by-dollar mentality is of their genes now. But none of my postulating is to say that these wonderful people are cold. Quite the opposite. The Thai are sweet-natured, joyful, and full of life, forgiving to the end and unflappable. They share many traits with their close-by neighbors in the Philippines and Vietnam, probably others in the triangle of Southeast Asia. Something I've noted on all three people: angels and demons both live here, in and around them. Their dichotomous nature exists on that high plane of those same seraphs. They are capable of such great, kind goodness, and at the same time, perhaps driven by a long generational survival instinct, have a capacity for great harm. To me, I see in them a reflection of Lucifer, not in his current sinister form, but before his fall from grace, teetering on an awful and inevitable eventuality, alas. But can I say with a bi-Hoyle defined surety that the Asian many have it all wrong? About Hollywood, about love? Is it better to be invested in this idea we have of possessive, possessed, godly attachment over the time-tested method of successful Eastern mating? I think I'd say yes. They're wrong. They're missing the bigger picture. But I strain to see from them their eyes. I'm coming to see from that through their eyes. And I realize it's only as it's filtered through my faulted, cynical Christian heart that I have grown my beliefs and engineered perhaps the very greatest of my personal mistakes of the heart. If I was really honest with myself and you, I'd say I'm at least conflicted. Is my conflict due to years of truly half-hearted Catholic attempts at it? Attempts that brought only failure and harm? I ask myself this every time I make a go at marriage or would-be marriage. Maybe if I did it the way he prescribes, it would be as it should. I can't pretend a scientific method, nor a faith-based one. As it turns out, I'm a piss-poor scientist of love, and at least as poor a godly one. That finishes chapter 2. Actually, chapter 1.